everyone, how y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing great. This is Praveen from Team Debro, and today's video is going to be about how to build a super profitable affiliate marketing blog part 6. Welcome to today's video on how to build a super profitable affiliate marketing blog part 6, where in this part I'm actually going to teach you on how you can actually promote your blog post. And if you've been watching this video series, I've did total of 6 video series on this particular video series, 6 videos on this particular video series. So I've covered a lot: how to set up your blog, how you can actually customize your blog, how to write an awesome blog post, and also now we are going to cover about how to promote your blog once you have actually write a super awesome blog post. So it's going to be an overall cover, and just like what I say in all my videos, is not going to be everything, but in this video I'm going to cover what personally I think is one of the best, and I'm going to give like 5 best method how you can actually promote your blog. Definitely there's a lot of other stuffs that you can actually promote your blog. Also, you can actually go Google, you can do stuff, but like I told you, always this is superly and purely based on my experience alone. So I'm going to tell you 5 things that you can actually do to promote your blog. So let's get started without wasting any time. So the first thing that we are going to talk about is we are going to talk about podcast. So a lot of people do not know what podcast is. You heard the term broadcast, right? So they actually took the the pod from the iPod, and then they combine it with the broad from the broadcast. They removed the broad and it became podcast. So a lot of people might not know how popular is podcast, but actually podcast is super popular, especially if you have like US traffic, Europe traffic. A lot of them actually love podcasts a lot. So if you want to sell something, for example, you want to sell something targeting US market, you want to sell something targeting Europe market, or you want to sell a product which you target a bigger average spend value or average spend order value, which means that those people are capable to spend more money. I'm not telling that people in Asia, for example, are not willing to spend a lot of money, but due to the currency exchange, $50, well, let's just take Malaysia for example. $50 in $50 will be like $200, 200 ringgit in Malaysia, my local currency, which means 200 ringgit is actually a big amount, but $50 is not so big amount in US. But with $200 you can do a lot of stuff in Malaysia. So that's how it works. So if you want to target an audience who can actually spend bigger amount of money, definitely you would be targeting bigger countries like United States of America, Canada, Europe. So in these kind of countries, podcast is really popular. So definitely I can't go through I can't go through A to Z about podcast because it's a huge topic if I were to cover A to Z about podcast. So definitely go ahead and search in Google what podcast is, how you can actually start your podcast and everything. So definitely podcast is something that you don't want to miss. So what you can actually do within the podcast itself, the first thing you can do is you can use normal podcast show which you can upload in iTunes, and you have to keep in mind that iTunes is also a search engine. A lot of people might not might disagree with this, but iTunes is also a search engine. What is actually search engine? Search engine is anything that, for example, you go Google Play Store, you press I love you. When you press something to search and it does the search for you, it's considered as search engine. So it works like that in iTunes as well. So when you do a podcast, when the people search how to make money in that particular podcast, they will actually come across your podcast. So that is how it works. So use normal podcast shows, have a section, upload in iTunes, and people will be watching your podcast, and you'll be driving traffic automatically to your blog. The second thing that you can actually do with podcast is you can actually use a sponsoring podcast. So what sponsoring podcast is that you can actually send your blog to a popular podcast channel, and they will actually talk about your podcast. For example, there's a lot of popular podcast channel out there. You just send your blog, you tell them, of course it's paid, guys, so you have to pay some money. So you send them, you get connected to them. To connect to them, you can actually go ahead and check over here. It's called the Listen Notes. It's like one of the best podcast search engine when you can actually go ahead and search for any podcast, and there will be a lot of podcasts which comes out. Then you can actually go ahead, search, you can know who is doing that podcast, and then you can actually go ahead and try to connect with them. Once you have actually connected with them, you can talk to them that I have a blog, blah blah blah, this is my blog, it's related to podcast, so I would definitely highly appreciate if you can actually promote my podcast. And he will tell you a charge maybe for a session, depending on how he want it to be. He want it for per show, or he want it per session, or whatever, guys. So you come to a mutual agreement, and then you let him promote your podcast. So what it works exactly like like paid advertising. But the special thing about sponsoring podcasts is most of the audience from that particular podcast channel, for example, that particular podcast must have like 100,000 people listening to that particular podcast of that particular person, and then like most of the people from the 100,000 will actually go to your blog, and like let's just take it 20% or 30% of the 100,000 will definitely become your subscriber, which means you're going to drive traffic like 30,000 traffic per month. That is crazy, right? And when you do this, definitely your blog will be like increasing in the search engine, and then it will go up. And this is definitely one of the best methods that you can actually try to promote your blog with podcasting. So the third thing that you can actually do with the podcast is you can do an interview podcast. You can actually talk to somebody, just like same thing. You search for a podcast, and then you get connected to them, and you tell them, I want to appear in your podcast. So what they will do is, like, for sometimes it happens for free. I'm not telling that always it can happen for free. If you can give your blog and everything, and that particular person who's running the podcast feel that your blog is up to date, your blog is good enough, they will actually call you, and they will tell, okay, I will bring you in an interview podcast, and then you can actually do an interview podcast for free, which means he will be increasing his engagement with the audience by introducing you. But most of the benefits will come to you, as because you're a new channel, so most of the benefits will come to you where you will be increasing your amount of traffic crazily through his traffic. So his audience will become your audience as well. So most of the time it works for free, but sometimes people want it to be a paid version as well. So it totally depends on that particular individual who's running the podcast, what is mood and everything. So there's a lot of stuff that actually related to this. So podcast is something that you definitely have to check out if you want to promote your blog post. It's one of the best methods, guys. So definitely check out. Do not underestimate the power of the podcast, guys. So let's go to the second method that we are going to try to promote our blog. So we are going to do a reposting. So what does it mean by reposting? You're just going to repost your blog that you have already write in other places as well. So what do you mean? Some people might be asking, hello, what are you talking about? I have a website, for example, I have www.instatrain.com. I have a post there. So what do I do with the post? I actually repost that post where? You can actually repost that particular post in other blog mediums, such as Medium. If you don't know what Medium is also something like Blogspot, but it's totally a different network. And when it's a different network, different type of audience actually like Medium rather than Blogspot. For example, let's say Facebook and Instagram. Not everybody likes Instagram. Some people like Facebook, some people like Instagram, but it's owned by the same country. But so let's talk about different company, sorry. So Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. So some people like Instagram and Snapchat, some people like Facebook and Instagram, but they don't like Snapchat. But some people only like Snapchat. So it's totally a different audience. So if you're targeting an audience within Instagram itself, it's different. If you want to target audience from Facebook, it's different. If you want to target audience from Snapchat, it will be a total different audience. Same goes to this. In Medium, they have a different audience, and in Blogspot, they have a different audience. So if you repost post your blog into Medium, you will be opening your space into a lot of new, brand new, crazy audience to come inside your blog. So you'll be driving crazy amount of traffic. So this is something that you can actually do very often. I would highly recommend you to do this always, guys. As you can see over here, I already told you, you can actually get a very new, brand new audience from this particular platform, which is Medium. So there's a lot of other platforms as well that you can actually repost. So you can do this like very often. Every time you do a post, you can actually start reposting them, which is very useful and very good. So let's go to the third thing that we are going to talk about today. So we are going to talk about social media. So everybody will be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to skip this part because we know about social media. Definitely, guys, nowadays, like when you talk about promoting your business, regardless of what business you have, a traditional business, blah blah, whatever, online business, social media is like the crazy thing, guys. But I'm going to explain a little bit things. Just don't skip this part. It's going to be very short, and you might even learn a little bit stuff that you might not know. Who knows? So just stay tuned, guys. So let's talk about social media. First thing, be smart, guys. Social media is like a smart platform. It has AI and stuff like that, artificial intelligence. So you have to be intelligent yourself. Don't do it the old-fashioned way. Don't like take your blog, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go to Snapchat, and then you start posting blah blah every day. You post a post, you do that thing. Don't do all this kind of stuff. Use tools, guys. Use tool to work smart. One of the tools that you can actually use is called the Buffer. This is like one of the best smart social media management tool that you can actually use. I will highly recommend Buffer. So definitely go ahead and use all these kind of tools. It's not limited to Buffer. Actually, there's a lot of other tools, HubSpot, there's a lot of other tools as well. So definitely go ahead and check a social media management tool that you can actually use. It will actually increase your engagement with your audience. It will make things much more easier, and the best part is it will save you a lot of time. And trust me, time is the most important thing when it comes to business. Time. So make sure you use a social media management software. Do not do it the traditional way. It does not work. I'm not telling you it does not work anymore, but when there's things to make life easier, why do you want to choose the harder way? Like for example, we Malaysians, we usually eat rice with hand. So we eat like this. So when you can actually grab your food and eat like this, why do you want to eat like this? It's kind of hard, right? So why do you want to do stuff the hard way when you actually can do it the easy way? So let's talk about the next one. Try all kinds of social media. So this is something that you should always take into consideration, because like I told you just now itself, every social media has its own target audience. They are totally different from each other. People from Instagram don't like Quora, people from Quora don't like Reddit, people from Reddit don't like Pinterest, and the list goes on and on, guys. So make sure when you want to do social media, you want to promote your blogs in social media, make sure you try all kinds of social media out there. As I know, there's Pinterest, Reddit, Quora, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn. These are the stuff that I know. Actually, there's a lot more. There might be a lot more. I don't know. So try to promote it in all kinds of social media. Don't only use Facebook, Instagram all the time. Maybe your target audience would not be suited for Facebook, Instagram. They will be much more suited to Reddit, Quora, or Pinterest. All these social media has their own pros and cons. So definitely I would highly suggest you to try promoting your blog in all types of social media. And the next thing we're going to talk about is the paid ads. This is something that definitely you should do if you have money. Let it be Facebook, all kinds of social media. All the social media has paid ads, guys. So definitely if you have the money to spend, you have the budgeting to spend, definitely you can promote your blog through paid ads, which is very effective. Trust me, if you do it the proper way, it's super effective. Nothing is as effective as paid ads when it comes to social media. So if you have the money to spend, definitely do the paid ads. So that's about social media. Let's go ahead and talk about the next the next blog promoting, how to promote your blog. So we're going to talk about email marketing. So email marketing is something that it's like an old tradition. A lot of people say that it does not work, but trust me guys, it does work. And if somebody is entering your, for example, somebody is entering your website, and then you have a chance, I'm not telling that everybody will give their emails to opt in, but if you have a chance to get their email and you do not do that, you will regret it for your life guys. Because I have experienced one thing, that I actually wanted to do email marketing, I want to test out. So I went to search for some email database, and they are actually selling it for quite some price. So I'll be like, shit, I have a lot of traffic in my website last time, but why I did not collect email? So I was like regretting. So if you had the chance to, of course I'm not telling that everybody will opt in, like I told you just now, some people might cancel it, but if people cancel it, it's totally different. But if you do not do it at all, then it's totally your fault. It's all on you. You will regret it. So definitely, if you ask me, if you're using WordPress especially, definitely have a plugin to collect the emails and do an email marketing. The one that I will highly suggest you is the MailChimp. Where's the MailChimp? Where's the MailChimp? Oh, this is the MailChimp. Definitely this is one of the best email marketing software, and I would highly suggest you to use this kind of software for email marketing. Just like what I told you about social media, you can actually collect your email, like, and then you put it in Excel, then you send it A to Z, blah blah blah. You can do it like that. I'm not saying that it won't work, but then what do I say guys? Why do you want to eat like this when you can actually eat like this? So you're just making life much more miserable for you, and you're gonna lose a lot of time. So when you can save time, you can use other stuffs to save time. Definitely go ahead and save your time and do work smartly. So email marketing is one of the best thing that you should not what do you say, you should not like think that email marketing is bullshit, either it does not work. Just try it guys, it will work, trust me, it works. Until today, people are still using email marketing to earn a lot of money. And also I'm going to talk about before we go to the last one regarding the email marketing, I also want to say one more thing, that for example, now you're writing one post. You know what's the advantage of email marketing? For example, you have already got an email from you have got a lead, call it a lead email. You got an email from a customer who actually comes into your website, that means from your traffic. So you got this email, and then you start writing a blog post. For example, you write one blog post which is nice, and this guy got interested, he came. And then you're writing another blog post which is nice, but he's not interested. You write a third blog post which is nice and he's interested. Actually, you know what, all three of these blog posts, once you got his email, you can actually send him an email saying that, hey, blah blah blah, I've actually write a new post that I think might interest you. Just definitely go ahead and check it out if you're interested. Then when they go, you're already driving in traffic. For example, even though he like it or don't like it, just by the title and the email, you are actually driving consistent traffic every time you write your post, which is very important. And then there's high chance of you doing more sales. For example, in this particular thing, you have affiliate link for one particular product. This one he never buy anything, this one he never buy anything. Then the fourth post, you had another affiliate marketing affiliate link for another product, so he bought this one and this one. So out of 4 posts, you actually made your same audience, one particular same audience, to buy 2 products from your affiliate link. So that is how it works with email marketing. So definitely do not forget about email marketing. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about today is collaboration. Nothing works as big as collaboration, if you ask me. Even big company like Uber, Zurich, all kinds of big company do collaboration, because collaboration works in all sort of level. Let you be for example, you're a novice, it works when you're a novice. When you're a super big business, people still use collaboration. Mercedes collaborate with blah blah blah, this one collaborate with that, Uber collaborate with this. All kinds of big companies are doing collaboration. So why should you not do collaboration? So you can actually, when it comes to blog, you can use tools like Content Explorer. What actually Content Explorer does is, when you start using Content Explorer, it's not free, but there's a 7-day free trial, but you can actually go ahead and there's a 7-day trial for $7. But this is something that is very, very useful. For example, they will actually identify what is the most top performing post or blog in your particular niche. When you actually see, you have a knowledge of that particular blog and that particular niche, for example this particular blog or whatever, guys, you have the data, you have the details, you can actually go ahead, reach to that particular blog or reach to that particular post, the person who write that post, and then you can email him and tell him blah blah blah, I would like to do a collaboration with you, I want to go ahead and write in your blog for free, I can actually give you a good post, I can write in your blog for free, I invite you to write in my blog for free. So when you do this kind of things, crazy type of traffic, you might not know, guys, just one day suddenly you might be thinking, why should somebody just collaborate with me, I'm just a novice, and why should Brian Dean collaborate with me, why should Neil Patel collaborate with me? It does not work like that, trust me, it does not work like that. If you send Neil Patel, for example, a good blog post and he said, go through this blog post, I'm the one who write this blog post, and definitely I'm looking forward to collaborate with you, if you're interested please let me know. If Neil Patel read that particular blog post and he finds it to be interesting, then definitely he's going to collaborate with you. There's a high chance that he's going to collaborate with you. Same goes to Brian Dean, same goes to other people as well. So when you actually try, you will get the result. Let it be a negative result, let it be a positive result, you will get a particular result. But if you never try anything at all, trust me, you will not get any result. There is no point of you doing anything if you do not try. So how do you know something when you don't try it? So definitely go ahead and do this collaboration stuff. It will suddenly spike your blog traffic from, maybe today example I'm telling you, for example, only you have like 10 traffic per day, suddenly after one collaboration you have like 1,000 people visiting your website every single day, and that is like super crazy, and that is what collaboration can do to your website. So I've covered 5 things that you can actually do to promote your blog. Like I told you in the beginning of the video itself, this is not everything, there's a lot of other stuff that you can do to promote your blog as well, but these are the 5 things that I personally have tried and it worked for me, and personally I feel that this is something that you should not miss. So definitely do all these 5 things and you will be promoting your blog and driving traffic to your blog like crazy if you consistently do it and you do it in the proper way. So I think I've covered a lot in today's video. I really hope this video was beneficial for you and you managed to grab a lot of information from today's video.
Are you struggling with your affiliate marketing business or want to take things to the next level? Allow me to introduce you to Dijs University. Dijs University is the #1 affiliate marketing training platform in the world. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced affiliate marketer, Dijs University offers you thousands of different videos with topics such as Facebook, volume, adplexity, and many more of your favorite topics. Step by step, you will learn the secret super affiliate ways to get the most out of each traffic source. Dominate each vertical with our detailed quick start guides. Are you ready to get started? Click the link in the description to sign up today.